Learning something is one aspect, whereas learning something thoroughly is a totally different aspect. When we want to learn something, when we want to really master something, we really want to learn information thoroughly. And how do you do that? That's what this video is all about. Now, if you want to master anything, you need to do both input and output. Input means you learn the information, and output means you implement what you learn. And in most cases in our life, it's not what you learn, it's what you do with what you learn is how you get the results. And one simple principle that you must remember in your mind is use it or lose it. If you don't use the information, you are going to lose it. So how can you use it and how can you learn information thoroughly? Let's talk about 3 ways of how you can do that. Number 1, teach. You heard this many times before. The best way to learn something is to teach it. Now, why do you think that is the case? Why do you think teaching makes learning thorough? It's simply because when you are learning just for yourself, there could be some gaps, but when you are learning something with an objective of teaching it to others, what happens is we have to go a little bit more deeper because we are now anticipating what kind of questions other people might ask about this subject, and our preparation will be much higher, and therein lies the secret. Because of the preparation that you need to do to teach someone else, automatically your learning becomes thorough. So this is of course the easiest way to how you can learn anything thoroughly. Oh, by the way, if you can't really teach it to someone else, you can just simply share it or discuss the information with someone else. That also works, but of course the best way is to teach it. That's number 1. The second way is simplify. All you need to do is to take the information that you want to learn thoroughly and think, how can you explain this concept to a 10-year-old kid? Why do you think that is important? It's simply because when you want to explain something to a 10-year-old kid, you have to really make the concepts very, very simple. And unless you really thoroughly understand the concepts, you can't really simplify it. So just by attempting to simplify information, now in the end, whether you really are explaining to a 10-year-old kid or not, that really doesn't matter. Of course, it will be good if you can really find someone who is like 8, 10, 12-year-old and actually teach it to that person. But even if you don't find someone, it's fine. Even the process of working on simplifying the concept will really help you to go deeper and understand the concepts in a much better fashion. The third way of how you can learn anything thoroughly is boil it down. Whatever information that you've learned so far in that subject, in that concept, boil it down into 5 key ideas, 5 main ideas. So for example, you're learning something which is very huge, and maybe while you're taking notes or while you're learning something, you might have identified 25 main ideas. But the exercise for you to do is, we don't need 25 ideas. We need, if you want to boil these down further, what would be the 5 key ideas? So you need to keep on thinking and you need to keep on rearranging the concepts so that you finally come down to just 5 steps. And when you finally come to the 5 main ideas, what happens? You really have learned the information thoroughly. So there you have it. You've got number 1, teach. Number 2 is simplify. Number 3, boil it down. Now, whether you're teaching or simplifying or boiling things down, what are we doing? We are doing output. We are not just learning, but also we are interacting with the information. We are processing the information and we're taking some kind of action. And that is what helps you to learn anything thoroughly. So hope you like these ideas, and let me know in the comment section what you think about this. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, just click on the red subscribe button and click on the bell notification so the next time I post a new video, you will be notified. And of course, do share this with someone who you think will benefit from this video.